What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology wise. And in this video, we're going to talk about Elon apparently wanting to make a kid-friendly AI app. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's dive right into this right now. Let's see.
Elon Musk posting over the weekend that xAI, his company, will make an app designed for kids called Baby Grok. It comes after launching two so-called AI companions, or kind of animated AI characters that users can interact with. Joining us to discuss this trend is CNBC contributor Michal Lebram out in San Francisco for today's Tech Check. Michal, it's great to have you. Welcome aboard.
Nice to be here.
I don't know whether to start with sort of an AI chatbot that's safe for kids or these companions, which sound a little creepy, but I acknowledge are kind of the future of where this is going.
Well, I'll start with the not safe for work stuff, if that's okay. These companion apps, this has existed as a category that's actually existed for a while, but been kind of fringe, I would say. And then on the other hand, you've got these more mainstream chatbots like ChatGPT and xAI's Grok. I think what's unique now and what Elon Musk is doing is sort of converging these two worlds. So now, for the first time, really, you're seeing a companion mode sitting on top of a more mainstream multi-purpose chatbot, Grok. And they're making a lot of waves, let's say that. It is really interesting that right after this not safe for work stuff, and I've interacted with them, we can get to that if you have questions on that as well. But right after that, they have made the announcement of this, safe for kids version, which there's a lot of details we don't know about yet.
Interesting. So in some ways that followed from people understandably going, wait a minute, on this work. I'm trying to log into my Grok now. But does this just pop up as an option, this companion mode?
Well, you have to pay for it. So if you are a paying subscriber, or you become a paying subscriber to Grok, so it's a premium offering like a lot of, ChatGPT has its version. Basically, all of the chatbots have their flavor of this. With Grok, with xAI, it's $30 a month. So if you pay for it, you can access companion mode. And what's unique here, again, is that it's the interface layer. And even though this has made a lot of waves for the kind of explicit, not safe for work sort of banter that these avatars participate in, if indeed they're able to create more stickiness here, if there's an emotional attachment layer, which we've seen with other AI companions, it's actually not as fringe as some people might think, then I think there's something here. But yes, you can access it if you pay and you opt into it. So you don't have to interact with Grok in this way, but you can.
It's like a Tamagotchi.
And I'm not surprised in this. I did a video last week, I believe it came out last week, where people were forming relationships with AI, and this dude was writing code to form relationships with the ChatGPT or whatever AI system that they were using, and finding their own companionship through that. And funny enough, the people who were using it were married. And there was a married woman and a married man who were using these chatbots to find some type of companionship or get something that they weren't getting out of their relationships, especially when one was actually living with his wife, and then the woman, she was away for work with having his companion and everything. But I think it's weird. I think when you promote things like this and things like this are available, mind you, this is, as weird as it is, this is where society is going to be shifting into. And this is going to help a lot of people who can't make friends, extremely introverted, aren't good at relationships, can't talk to women or can't talk to men. So they're going to go out and create these companion things or make these weird, like, that's what she's talking about, this not safe for work engagements, because they can't go out and have these human connections already. So this is just disconnecting them further away from the world. And that's my major issue with the companion thing, is it disconnects the person away from the world. It disconnects a lot of people away from human interaction and connection, what I really genuinely think we need and that everybody's capable of in some form. You just have to find out your right group, the right people, and all of that other like crazy stuff. But it sounds like this is two different things here. it sounds like Baby Grok is a censored version, and then there's a companion thing for this other thing. And I saw recently, and obviously that companion that they showed on the screen is probably for kids to some extent. So it's like a little friend thing that kids can interact with. And the reason why I think that is also there is because I recently saw something, and I'm going to cover that video after this one, where apparently there's a rise in teens finding companionship with AI. And there's a huge rise in it, or people trying to figure out different type of stuff, and then they build these false relationships with the AI things. Because, you know, people want to hear, some people just want to hear the right thing being told to them to some extent. Some people just want to hear the right stuff all the time, or they they want to be able to have access and control over what's being presented to them, and to make them feel better, probably. And it's not in some sense. So like I've been seeing this a lot though recently, and about the whole companion thing. And I'm guessing what Baby Grok is, one that's safe for kids, is a lot more censored version than regular Grok. Because remember, I just dropped a video also a few days ago this weekend about the Grok 4 update, and why they had to do it, because they were trying to say Grok made some anti-Semitic remarks and yada yada yada, and Grok was being racist and things to that extent. And I was like, we can't really fully blame this on AI in a sense. And then there's a way, like, obviously, and I specifically said in that video, is that the people who are in control of these bots and these AI will have the control to update and correct the behavior of them, which is why they brought out Grok 4. Baby Grok is probably a way more censored version, so that things like that cannot be experienced by a younger audience and things to that extent, where it's a lot more censored. It's a lot less human, probably, that they're trying to make it in some sense. And I think it depends on how you interact with it. But yeah, like it has to be just a way more censored version of Grok, in a sense, to where anybody who doesn't like to receive certain information or perspectives, or anything that could be hurtful for them, maybe, or any underage people or children, can be able to use that application in AI, especially in this growing world and society where more and more younger people are using AI, and they're building up off of it and doing all this other stuff with it, using it to learn different ways in the classrooms, with friends, with projects, with their own stuff. And who knows, there's just so much stuff out there, and what's being available now. And we have to, I guess this is his way of putting some type of guideline around it to I guess protect them, in a sense, like, hey, we have this option for it if you guys don't like what Grok's going to put out or say, especially with Grok having the whole Twitter bases, where it's reviewing and going off of information and doing other stuff, basically, and going off all of that other jazz and stuff. But yeah, let's see what else they have to say real quick. And if it's nothing really, then we'll close this out. But that's kind of my take on this whole Baby Grok versus companion thing. I think the companion stuff's a little weird. I think Baby Grok is just a way more censored version of Grok, probably. We'll get more information soon, hopefully soon. You know, Elon tweets about stuff every day. Probably just ask him on Twitter himself.
But just, I guess you don't have to feed it, and it's much older. And so quickly, Michal, on that, so Baby Grok, then, is that a separate app that has kid-safe controls? And what are those kid-safe controls exactly? Is it just kind of really not safe for kid type of content, or is it more than that?
So this is all TBD. All we know is what Elon Musk has announced on X, which is really just that this is coming. I would imagine that it's going to be offered as a standalone app. I think that would make sense. That's the direction that Google with Gemini is going, because they're also rolling out Gemini for kids. And I think we'll be seeing more and more of this. Myself as a parent and as someone who's now interacted with some of the avatars on Grok, I wouldn't want my kids accessing information this way. And I think, beyond these avatars, even just for your average ChatGPT, you're, interacting with Grok the way most people do, it makes sense to have some kind of safeguard, some kind of parameters. There are a lot of issues there as well because you can't have perfect safety, but makes a lot of sense to me.
No, I agree.
And I said that about the perfect safety thing about the Grok making those comments. I said this isn't going to be a perfect thing. Like, it's AI. It's not going to be perfect. People have this sense of like this technology is just going to be so perfect and everything. The people who created it aren't perfect. We are not perfect. There's not a single person on this earth that's perfect. Alive. You can think you are all you want. Not a single one. Why would anything we create be perfect as well? There's always ways to get better. That's what I believe in, constant evolution and constant being able to build upon and like get better and better and better and better. And that's what the AI and everything is going to do. It's never going to have full safeguards and things. I didn't know about the Gemini for Kids thing. I might do a video on that and figure that out. We'll just have a bunch of these videos coming out every day about these new chatbots and things. But honestly, it makes sense because a lot of younger and younger people are getting into this AI stuff. She freaky. She messing around with the companion stuff, and she was pushing it to its limits. That's why she ain't really want to talk about it. She know what it get into. I have no clue what they got going on. I can only imagine. I can only imagine, especially it being Grok. Like Gemini or something else, I wouldn't expect it from, but Grok, Elon's bot, I can imagine what people are doing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate everybody who does. I really do. You have no idea. I'm really interested in what you guys have to say. And would you let your kids use these safeguard apps or more censored apps or anything like that for the kids' versions of these AI bots, chatbot apps? Would you let your children use them? Or anybody who you know who's younger use them? Who knows? I feel like I would to some extent, uh, just to block out certain things, especially when I actually want my children to use when I do have them technology, because it's such a big thing that people have to get acclimated to and figure out how we're like moving and stuff in this world as we go on today. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Once again, also if you want to send me any recommendations, send me an email at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Link in the description down below. All of that is in the description. Without further ado, peace. See y'all next time.